What is going on, Facebook? I am excited to be here. If you're watching this live, say hello, drop in the comments. I'm excited you're here. If you're watching the replay, how dare you not make it to the live? We will shame you later. Just kidding. Just type replay in the comments. Excited to be talking about today's subject. I'm going to let you guys kind of filter in here. So far, I've got 0 people I'm talking to, which sounds like a regular day for me. Even my assistant who's standing in front of me is not in here. Oh, there you are. Finally, you're in here. Makes me feel better. There's at least one person listening. Super stoked about what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about Google, some secrets you might be missing, some things you're doing that you should be doing other things for, and some missed opportunities for you. And I'm going to be showing off the results that I got from those opportunities. What's up, Scott? I haven't seen you on here yet. It's first live for you. That's awesome. Kelsey, nice to see you here. Excited you guys are here. We are going to be talking about Google and traffic secrets. Just popping in to say what's up. What's up, stranger? I can't see you because you haven't clicked on the Ecamm Live link. Nice to see you here as well, probably. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about some Google things and where your traffic sources are actually coming from, some kind of misconceptions that people have, where if they just change out their H1 tags in their homepage, then they're going to get a ton of traffic, and that's just not really that accurate. There's a lot of opportunities we're going to be missing if we do that. Again, if you guys are catching this live, go ahead and say hello in the comments, and if you're watching the replay, let me know so that I can scold you later. Anyway, so let's talk about some keywords. We'll do some keyword research, and we'll also talk about homepages versus blogs, which is going to be mainly what this topic is about today. So there's an ongoing rumor, right, that when we're creating resources for our site, like we're creating the homepage, we're creating the about pages, the portfolios, all the things that we need to have for people to come to our sites and see what's kind of going on with us. That we just need to change up the keywords on our homepage, and once we have an H1 set, we're good to go. However, even that it's not totally accurate. Okay, you have a lot more opportunities than just that one keyword. You have a lot of keywords you can rank for on your homepage, and there's other pages you should be trying to rank. Not your about, not your experience page, not your contact page, none of those. But there are blog posts that are going to be more beneficial, and I want to just start out this live by proving that. I'm going to show you guys some analytics from my site. I believe, let's see, this is over the last 12 months. You guys are going to see the impressions, the clicks, all of it. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to move my face away from the thing I'm trying to show you guys and get more. There we go. Now you guys can see me. So taking a look at this, you can see that the very first result that gets traffic from my website is not my homepage. It has nothing to do with my homepage. It is a blog about 9 small wedding venues in Tampa, Florida. Now there are some newer blogs that are kind of popping up here, and some older blogs that I don't even have anymore that gave some traffic. So just keep that in mind as we're going. That Orlando blog will take a little bit to start ranking. However, we did check it today, and we do have a few terms on there that are ranking or getting to the first page, as well as a few that are on the rise, which is really great because there are ones there. I mean, the difficulty on those were pretty high, so I didn't really have like a ton of expectations here. So I'm going to kind of zoom in here and show you guys what we're looking at. So you can see this top 9 small wedding venues in Tampa, Florida has gotten 3,500 clicks in a year, with 198,000 impressions. You can ignore the position thing because this is like an average of every position that's on this page. So even if I have a bunch of terms ranking like 1 or 2 on there, there's going to be some subterms that are ranking like 50 to 90 that I'm not actually trying to rank for that are going to affect that average. So you can see there's a shitload of traffic coming from this one blog. That's not even my main Tampa wedding blog. It's got the majority of clicks from the site. You can also see the Tampa wedding venues page. Again, it's got 1,200 clicks in a year, plus 61,000 impressions. The main page is at 722 clicks, which I don't think is totally accurate. This is just clicks directly from search, being that I can see the clicks on that page on a monthly basis. But you can kind of see, like, there is a lot more traffic coming to me from other sections of my site. By the way, if you guys are wondering, this is inside of Search Console. So you can see the blogs are actually generating the majority of the traffic for the website. Like, the homepage is still getting me something. Like, it's not like it's getting nothing. But it's not the main moneymaker. So if you're spending all your time trying to get this like this homepage to be like your main source, you're kind of spinning your wheels. Like it's not that it's not going to work. You could definitely get inquiries from that, but like let's say for every let's say that my conversion rate for clicks was really crazy high, and I'm getting the 722 clicks. Let's say 10%. Like 10% is a crazy great number. Out of that 10% of the traffic that's coming to my site, that means I'm getting 72 inquiries or so a year from that. But I'd be missing out on the 10% of the 3,500 from this blog, the 1,200 from this blog. So now we're looking at 350 clicks, 350 potential inquiries here, 1,120 here. Again, the 10% is a very, very high number. Like it's not an accurate, like we can expect that to be, but. Keeping in mind that I'm actually not writing very often for this site anymore. Like it's not that I'm not writing for it. We have some blogs that are in the process, but we're currently working on really, really big blogs that are taking more time. And I'm also fixing everyone else's blogs. So this is like traffic that I'm really like, it's kind of just sitting there. Maybe I might go check on it from time to time. But it's not like something I'm actively going for. And so with that in mind, I want you to keep in mind, like you have so much knowledge about weddings and how your clients interact and all the situations where they're going to have questions you could be answering. And by not jumping in and writing some content for it, like keeping that knowledge up here and not like spreading it out there, you're missing a ton of opportunities for clicks to come to the site, for people to get introduced to your brand, for just more possibilities of inquiries. You might be able to be a much choosier expert here. Like you might be able to pick and choose which weddings you want to take if you just spend a little more time educating people and becoming more of an expert. Now there's other side benefits to it. Like my venue blogs allow me to meet venue owners. They allowed me to meet different vendors that put me on their preferred vendor list, which gives me more inquiries. There's also just like when my client has a problem, I can send them a link to my website instead of like trying to create like a video or hopping on the phone with them. Like, hey, here's the answer to your problem. No worries. I have some vendor recommendations here. Here's exactly what you should be doing for your engagement session. All of that content can be created, and you already have the answers because you've been a photographer for a certain number of years. So there's no way you don't have some sort of knowledge. And if you don't, maybe that's something we should take a look at. But I want to kind of show you some ideas on how these work and what the traffic flow is for these and what the difference is with them. So we're going to go ahead and go through my site a little bit here. Let's see, roythephotographer.com. Okay, so when I'm writing something for my site, okay, I'm trying to get in front of the different search traffic that's available for certain terms. Like I'm trying to solve for problems that I know are a possibility or are going to be coming up as they go. And the idea is that instead of landing on my homepage, someone's going to type into Google like wedding venues in Orlando or something about the Wave Hotel in Lake Nona, or back in my hometown, where to take engagement photos in Northwest Indiana. And that's a special blog we'll talk about really shortly here. But the idea is that they'll land on one of these pages, and instead of being introduced to just like my homepage, they're now introduced to me as an expert saying like, hey, these are the places you should be. It's not that I'm ignoring showing off my work. I'm definitely showing off the work that I take as well as we're kind of building these things through. Like the idea is that they're going to land here, they're going to get their answers to questions that they had in the first place. And they're going to be able to like really get it. Like their first interaction with me is me solving a problem they already had. So there's more like reason for them to reach out and talk to me, because I'm not just like, oh, another photographer. No, and now it's, well, this venue I didn't even know existed. This one's really awesome. We're answering basic questions through these things that they have. The cost, how many, like max capacity, where it's located, what the phone number is, the website. I have a guide written for this one up that Tyler helped me out with. Who is one of my writers on my writing team for the blog writing that we do for photographers. So like there's like an intentionality behind all of this. Not only is it the intentionality of helping the clients that are coming here to the website potentially, but there's also, okay, now I have photos of this hotel so I can show what it would look like if I photographed it. I also have the photos that I can give over to the venue itself. I also have full knowledge on what exactly to expect at that venue, and I've actually been there. So when I shoot a wedding there, I'm not like I'm not surprised by anything. I know where things are. I know where some good spots are. I know some alternate locations. I've become the expert of that location. And in this case, I've become the expert of a lot of locations inside of Orlando and around the area, which, keep in mind, I'm not even from this area. Like, this is not this is not my original hometown. I'm from the Midwest originally. Mostly spent my time in Chicago, and then, a little bit back home. But now in a brand new area, I've actually went and spent time, looked at the venues that I might be working at, looked at which ones I want to work at, created a resource to get clients to actually see that, answer their questions about those, and bring them into the kind of my brand as a whole. And I, as we're going through here, I'm enticing them to come talk to me. Don't forget your magic moments. Have them photographed. Inquire now. I'm talking about these results. And by the way, this specific tactic has gotten me already on preferred vendor list, which I'll show you guys in a second here. Preferred vendor lists are one of the best sources to get leads from. Looks like we got a question here. Have you worked each of these venues before you feature in the venue blog post? No, I have not. I have not shot any of these, actually, to be honest with you. We finished up last year in the Midwest, and then I had a few left over for there, and then I kind of took a sabbatical for a little while. And I shot some weddings in Tampa where I was originally going to move at, and then decided, I think February, maybe March, that I was going to move to Orlando, and I went and worked these places. So I just went and toured them by myself. Scott, fuck off. I'm not a phony. No. It's not like I'm showing images of couples and being like, this is my image. No, these are images I've actually taken. So I did go through and photograph them, but I'm not actually shooting weddings here quite yet. Now, I am already on some preferred vendor lists, like this one, which is recent, and that's pretty much a big one. If you've never shot at a wedding venue and they're already saying hey, you're actually our guy, we want you to come hang out and be our photographer, then that's like an easy right away win. And yeah, so how I got the photos of the venue. So you either tour or you just go around and walk around and take pictures. Tyler's actually got the best answer. I'm just a trespasser. That's facts. He's not lying. There's no cap. I've actually, I just go walk and take photos of these places. I bring my, I go take photos of these places as I'm kind of walking around. And okay, so Jeff Lundstrom, you're here. Cool. Awesome. Love to see you here, man. So the idea is that we can get traffic coming from here. We get some expertise kind of built in. We also have some answers for our clients. We've also created relationships with vendors by building these things out. And I'm meeting my clients where they're at. So to give you an idea of what this would look like if I was just to do, let's say I'm just going to focus on my homepage, like what the search potential is versus what it could be, okay? This is SEMrush, by the way. If you guys don't use SEMrush, you should. It's awesome. I don't like Ubersuggest. I'm just going to be real. I don't feel like it's very accurate. I think it kind of sucks. I would rather see you guys spend $100 on 1 month here and get a lot of information that's accurate rather than listen to Ubersuggest kind of give you hints and just misinformation for the most part. So let's kind of deep dive in here. So let's say for my homepage, right? Orlando wedding photographer, that would be my main term, most likely. And we're gonna pick multiple terms here. So this would be my H1. This would be my main term because the volume's really high, and the difficulty is pretty much average with everything else that's here. Now, if I saw something that was maybe half of this, but the difficulty was only like a 20, I probably would jump in there. What's really cool about SEMrush is they do tell you kind of what you need to do in order to rank on this page. So for this case, it's possible because all I need to do is create well-structured and unique content, and there's a possibility, as long as things are filled out correctly, and I've done a lot of other steps, for it to rank. It's not like a backlinks thing, though backlinks will help me rank that easier. So I'd go through here, and this is just, if we're just doing the homepage, I'd pick a couple of these that would make sense that I could fit in different spots of the website. Just kind of giving you guys like a very basic, very fast overview here. Wedding in Florida, sure. And then is there anything else? Yeah, so I might pick. This site is called SEMrush. It's a really, really awesome tool. So I'd be able to kind of pick these, and then I'd use these to kind of make the content on that homepage. I'd also be looking at related questions. So I might click on this and see, is this something I want to answer on the website? In this case, no. Also, it doesn't really have a lot of search volume. So I might not answer that particular one, but I would also go into Google and type in like what questions are possibly there. So that's how we pick the homepage keyword terms, and picking the ones I picked, assuming these are the ones that I grabbed a second ago. my search volume potential, I think there's a few other ones that I like down here. That one, and I don't shoot Indian weddings, so it's not for me. Top weddings, Orlando. What's really cool here too, by the way, if you ever just scroll down, it's not that the search volume is going to be really high, but the competition is really low, so it is a good way to kind of start ranking for something and get just a little bit of traffic kind of going your way. So don't ignore these entirely. Just don't make them like your main term unless you have literally nothing else to compete with. So kind of working through all this, my total volume in this case would be like 1.5K, right? That'd be like the maximum amount of people that I can get in front of using these terms specifically. So homepage potential is 1.5K. This is monthly search volume, meaning that there's 1,500 people looking for this each month. Now, if I stopped there, that's my max potential for the site. Even at 10%, I'm only seeing 150 people click on my site every month. It could be more, but the point is that it's roughly around that area. Okay, so that's the max amount of people I'd see on the site. If I just did this and ignored the entire potential of blogs, this is where I'd be. This is all the traffic the site's going to get. However, let's look at what happens when I spend some time doing the venues. And this isn't the only type of article you're going to need to do. There's a lot of articles you could do to get more search traffic, but this is one of them. So I'm just going to click on a few of these. Wedding venues, Orlando wedding venues. These are just ones I'd have to fit in as I kind of went. Let's see, we'll keep going down. I don't want cheap ones. Outdoor wedding venues, small wedding venues, Orlando would be good. Wedding venues, Orlando, Florida. Best wedding venues, sure. What do we got? Let's see. I'm going to look for like downtown, garden venues. I'm not going to look for under $1,000, though that would give me some search volume. I could potentially add that in there. It's not my thing. I don't really want to work at those venues. Unique wedding venues is fine. Reception, intimates, that's good. Let's keep going down here. I don't want barns. I do want hotels. Notice I'm picking and choosing these. Now for my elopement clients, I probably wouldn't want to know the Airbnb ones, but I'd add that to an elopement guide, not necessarily the blog that I'm creating for like venues. So keep looking down. Indoor wedding venues, because that's important since it's 1,000 degrees out here all the time in Florida and like 2,000% humidity. Lakeside wedding venues so that we can see alligators maybe. The balcony is a specific wedding venue. So my search potential here is like, okay, now just using the terms that I've picked here, if I was to rank for all these, which is unlikely, I'm going to rank for some of these. I'm not going to rank for all of them. My search potential is now 8.5K. Remember, my homepage only had a search potential, or a volume potential of 1.5K, meaning that I'm missing a hell of a lot of opportunities if I don't write something about the venues. Now, taking this a step further, okay? Because when I write this blog, I'm not going to be just writing. I'm not just going to be writing about like my venues by themselves. I'm going to be writing about other different tactics, right? I'm going to be writing about the venues that are going to be in there. So there's a search term for each of those venues that I could potentially rank for. I could also create a blog specifically about them and go deep dive into each venue. I'll show you one of those in a second. But the idea is that if I took all the terms that I could rank for these venues. These are some of the ones that I've kind of done the research for. Not all of them, but some of them. My potential search volume in a single month would be 46,120 monthly searches if I was to rank like for all these and be on page 1. Again, not necessarily likely for all of them, but some of them I'll get on page 1 for. So if I was to follow the traditional thinking of just let's rank the homepage, let's change out what we have going on there, I'm only going to get in front of a potential of 1,500. However, if I was to take this, and we've only done one blog type right now, we're only doing venues right now. If I was to get in front of the traffic for these, we're looking at 46,000 plus, I think we were at 8.5K there, so 54,000 potential searches in a single month. Like the traffic to your site, like that's going to be massive. Like let's say you only get 1% of that. That's still 400. I'm not going to math right now. I don't feel like it, but I think it's like 4,000 somewhere around there. Maybe that's 10%. That might be 10%. Point being, we're missing out on a lot of opportunities here by just writing about one thing, by just not answering questions that my clients have. Take a look here. We also have Orlando engagement ideas. So I could write about engagement ideas and get traffic here. If we were to go back to the search results that I had up here earlier, you can actually see that I had one of these for Chicago. This is 10 epic Chicago proposal locations back in the day. And I was getting 335 clicks with 8,222 impressions, meaning that with that site. And by the way, some of these were only up for a couple months last year. Like I got rid of this as soon as I decided I was done living or working in Chicago. And I would get a lot of inquiries from that on its own, because it's usually like a guy like trying to figure out where he's going to propose. He needs a lot of help. As long as I provide that help, he usually wants to book with me. So the search potential, the client potential, just by going a little deeper and answering questions is massive. Now, this little guide here, this sheet that I have created, is me doing keyword research for a while. These are 46 complete ideas for blogs that I could potentially write at any given time. If I was to add up all these, and let's say on a rare occasion I'm going to rank for every single one of these terms, the sum for all of these is 59,000. This isn't even including Orlando wedding venues, the research we did there. So there's another 8K there, plus the main page, which is another 1,500. There's there's 59,000 potential search volumes, and that's not even including subterms that would be related to these terms that we've picked here. So when I say by not blogging, you're missing massive potential clients. You're missing the potential to be in front of more people, to be able to say no to more people, to be able to say yes to more people. I'm not lying. Like there's proof right here. Okay, even if I go into SEMrush and look at everything else that we're looking at, I can see that there's just tons of things I could potentially get in front of. That opportunity wasted means that I have to be a lot more open to weddings I don't even want to take. I could even take ideas for types of weddings that I want to shoot. If I wanted to shoot a Star Wars wedding, I could do that. Okay. Maybe this isn't my thing, but I could totally do that. I can see that if I ranked for all the terms here, that's another 19.4 thousand searches per month. Now, some of these are going to be repetitive, and I'd have to be a little more choosy in what I'm doing, but I'm just showing you guys as an example. This is something I could create. I could also do, I don't know, what's another one? We could do Disney weddings out here for me. If I wanted to do that, that means trying to get in front of people who are trying to figure out how to get married on Disney property. This is 138,000 potential searches a month. Again, we wouldn't pick all of these, but looking at the first two, ranking for those, which are fairly similar, showing off some Disney wedding dresses, wedding rings, maybe even talking about their fairy tale weddings, which is, I believe, their photography team or whatever. The cost of it, the wedding pavilion, which is one location. Disney World weddings, which is something that would come up, and let's see, Disney wedding cake. What do we got? We got a lot of terms here that could create a lot of potential, really fun weddings for me to shoot, and then also other things. Hold on one second. What are you eating? My dog is eating something. Hold on. Hey, come here. Sorry, I heard plastic. That said, the potential that I'm seeing here, like if I was to rank for these, again, these are fairly hard topics to like to like rank for, but like 30,000 people come to your website in a month. Do you think you could probably fill out your calendar with that? You could definitely fill out your calendar with that. So Kelsey says she wants to see my puppy. Here, hold on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right. Oh, God. All right, this is the last time because he's fairly heavy. See, we got puppy here. He's not super stoked about this. Yeah, he wants down. Okay. Off you go. So, there's the puppy. His name is Indy. He's an English Shepherd. He's awesome. He also likes to eat whatever he can find. Back to the search results here. Looking at what Kelsey said, this shit makes my brain spin. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. It's just so overwhelming. Hopefully, it will feel more doable when the kids are back in school. Well, I have some awesome news for you. The best part about this is that you guys are already in a group that has resources for getting this stuff done for you. If you guys didn't know, we do done for you blogs, meaning we do all this research for you. We write out the potential, then we send you a Word document that you then put into your blog, add some of your images in, and put some calls to action in, and you're pretty much good to go. Meaning you could get this stuff done for you while you work on the other things in your business that you're actually not kind of like mind blown with. If you want to talk to us about that, go ahead and drop say blogs in the comments. Let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll go over. We'll do like a little Zoom consultation, and we'll find out what that looks like for you and what kind of blogs we would be targeting. We can do that. The second thing is, According to Brett, all right. So Brett says, ironic. You call him Indy when you hate Indiana. I actually have a habit of naming dogs after things I hate. My other dog was named Canon. I don't like Canon cameras. I don't shoot them. So it's just a tradition. Also, he's named after Indiana Jones, not necessarily the state. So that kind of solves that. But again, you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. The potential here is massive. Like you could massively change your business doing this. By the way, what's really cool about this is when you post to Instagram, you're interrupting someone's like conscious flow. Like they're not necessarily going on there to see your work. They're on there to maybe hang with their friends, maybe look at some memes, maybe to watch reels about certain things. That's what they're doing on there. Like you're interrupting their flow when you're trying to sell them. But on here, why? Hey, no, fix that. Sorry, new puppy's fun. So you're like interrupting their flow here, right? Like you're kind of breaking what they're doing. On the other hand, when they're on Google and they're searching, they're literally trying to figure out this information in the first point. So you're serving them better right off the bat. You can connect them with the vendors they're looking for. You can do so many different things with this. Like if I wanted to, I could do, let's see, Orlando wedding planners. I haven't actually looked this one up, so this might not have a ton of volume. But the point is, actually, this isn't bad. I'll kind of explain this too. I could write a blog post about the best wedding planners in Orlando. That wouldn't necessarily be my main key term, but you notice that Orlando wedding planners in the title, so I would probably combine these two in some way. And the rest of these, like, it's not going to be a ton of search volume here, but if I combine this with a few different articles or a few different types of articles where I was like talking about maybe the best planners, the best florists, the best wedding vendors in my city, then I could get a lot more potential search volume. Also, taking a look here, all of these terms do not have any competition. They're not hard to rank for. These are easy to rank for terms. And it's these tiny terms that add up to create a decent amount of search volume. This is a basically fairly small amount of competition for this term that I could rank for by just writing a piece of content that literally tells my clients who I think they should work with, who will probably also recommend me back anyway. And I'll get this search volume. Meanwhile, I could do this for planners. I could add in, I could do DJs. I could do florists. And you can see, okay, this volume already went up. Wedding florist Orlando. So if I combine these in two, we're now looking at one article that could do 520 searches in a month. That's enough for me to get some sort of clicks in. That's enough for a client to meet me and see me through. All I got to do is take the time to write this stuff out, do a little bit of research, write what I already know. Like, hey, this is my friend, McKenna. She's an amazing florist. I highly recommend her. We kind of talk about what it is that I like that she does. I'm answering the client's questions. I'm getting in front of them first. I'm also putting myself as a position of an expert as a wedding photographer. It makes the sale easier when they want to actually look for a wedding photographer. There is so much potential that's being missed when you're not doing this stuff. Also, you're able to create relationships by doing these type of things. You're able to take the photos that you took at the wedding venues and send them to those venues for them to use them for marketing purposes and get a backlink from their website as well. You're able to connect with them, do a tour, learn about what they like, what they're looking for with their business, see how you can be an asset to them rather than they can be an asset to you. And then all of a sudden, when you're approaching them that way, they want to add you to the preferred vendor list. Okay, they want to hang out with you. You're missing out on all of these opportunities by not spending the time to do them. And keep in mind, I'm going to show you guys here in a second, one venue that sent me leads over the last, I think since December of 2020. This is literally just one vendor getting on a preferred vendor list. So we're not just talking about the traffic you're going to get to your site, but we're going to talk about the amount of leads you can get just by using this process and connecting with venues in addition to getting in front of that search traffic. Okay, it can be better. So take a look here. This is literally all from one vendor, Rebecca, who's it's not like a major venue. This is 88 inquiries over, let's see, from December of 2020 to let's see, when was the last time she sent me a lead? It was July 13th. Look at how many times I've been referred by getting on one preferred vendor list by using this method of creating content that my clients already want to see, then connecting with the venues themselves and doing the tours. So if you're like, holy shit, Roy, this is impressive. This is awesome. I love that this is a concept, but I genuinely don't have the time to do all this stuff. It's getting to wedding season. Well, here's how I can help you with that. Our team, we have a bunch of writers on staff. They're awesome. You're going to get the keyword research done by me. Okay. We figure out what actually you need to get in front of, what we need to kind of put together for the blogs. I do the keyword research. I do the headings, make sure which things should be H2s, which things should be H3s. And then I check and make sure that the writing is done well. My writers go in and write them. Based on the research that I've done, and then we send you a Word document and upload it while you go and do the tours and literally have like you just go and meet people. You do networking. You do all the fun stuff. You take the photos. We do all the hard work. Everything gets done. There are a number of people who have had this done for them in our group. If you're interested, please go ahead and let me know. Just write in interested. I already see we got one in there. Just type interested. I would love to help you out with this. This is going to serve you for a long time. Keep in mind, this is a long-term process of getting ranked for these things. Like, it could take anywhere from like 30 to 90 days before these start ranking. But over time, again, if I was to go back to, I think it was this page. It was like, yeah, it was this page. Over time, look how many impressions and clicks that we're going to get by just putting this into work. So it's worth it. It's just a long-term strategy. And I would love to facilitate that for you guys. So let us know if you're interested by just typing in interested. Myself or Tyler will be in touch with you. We'll get you set up for an appointment. We'll hang out for a little bit. I'll learn about your business, show you some potential opportunities for you to get in front of, and get you to stop missing this like huge, I can't stress this enough. Not doing this, even if you don't do it from us directly, like if you don't have us write the blogs, you want to do them yourself, that's totally fine. But by not doing them at all, you are missing the biggest change you could make to your business by just doing nothing. You're basically just ignoring it. You're like, oh my gosh, we have all these opportunities that you could have that you're just like, I don't feel like doing them. Thanks so much for coming to live today. I hope today was a little bit fun. I hope you learned something. I hope this is like a little like mind opening. Like, hey, this is something else I could do. I want to keep this in perspective too. I haven't been really writing a ton of blogs for my own website in a few months. I just kind of check on the ones that I've already written and let them kind of sit. And I check and make sure they're ranking and adjust the ones I have. And then as I have time, not every day, not every week, I start writing them. Okay. I have little ideas. That's what that little idea sheet was that we were looking at. This is when I have time, when I have I'm kind of bored or I'm watching something on Netflix, I start writing these things out. Start doing whatever, or I even have Tyler write them out after I've come up with the ideas. It's good stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for coming and hanging out. Love to see you guys in this group. If you guys got value out of this, let me know. If you guys are interested, let me know. Also, please invite your friends. Okay, tell your friends, tell your frienders, even people who are not photographers about this. I would love to come and help them out. I'd also love to see more people in the group. I'd like to help more people. This is like one of my favorite things to do. Scott says, I use this method and I have 30 plus venues on the first page now. It works. Super awesome, Scott. Super excited to see that that's working for you. I'm wondering, are you doing anything besides the venues? Because there are other opportunities. Pumped that you're here, man. Love seeing Thaddeus. Let's see what else I got going on. Brett says, I use Roy's method on my individual venue pages. I've created 4 so far. All 4 rank for page 1 for multiple keywords, including the venue's own name. Yeah, that's called skipping the line for the preferred vendor list. You're already preferred on Google, so you're making that a lot easier for them to say, yeah, you probably should be on our list because you're basically advertising for us. Awesome. Well, I had fun today. I'll see you guys next week.